Welcome back to Beyond the Hill. Today we're coming to you from another one of our boarding houses. This is Cornhill. It has been the home to many great students over the years, and my guest today made a hugely positive impact to everyone that he met during his time here at Cornhill and at Hurtwood House. Described as someone that took Hurtwood by storm, and I've even been told that if there was ever to be a head boy here at Hurtwood, he'd be the obvious choice. We're so pleased to see that he's continued to take the world by storm, and he's come back to the school today to tell us all about it. Please welcome super entrepreneur and ex-Hurtwood pupil, Ebiye Alaibe. Ebiye, clap yourself, hype yourself up. How are you doing? You well?
I'm good, thank you.
Good,
Very
good.
well.
Thank you so much for coming back.
Yeah.
What was it like walking back into this room? This is Cornhill, the boarding house you stayed at.
Very emotional.
Yeah?
Actually, see my pictures up there. Yeah, very emotional. I actually wanted to go to my room.
Yes.
But I'll do that after this.
We'll do it after. The people
yeah.
in there have kind of cleaned it. Apparently it's normally a mess, but they've made it look really lovely for you today. So we'll go and have a little look later. As you say, your photo's up there on 2008 to 9. You joined in 2007 though. So
2007,
must be your second year photo there. First time back at Cornhill, but you've been back to the school a couple of times.
Of course.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And just the whole, try and explain to someone who's maybe never seen Hurtwood House, because that was a big drawing point for me. The view, the beauty of the place. What was your first kind of impression when you first heard and found out about Hurtwood?
So I would describe it as this, right? Hurtwood is a kaleidoscope, right? So many colors. All you need to do is just find your color, or you can find all the colors.
Nice.
And it's a special place. It's not a place that you can really describe. You have to come here to really understand
100%.
what Hurtwood is about. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, it's good to have you back. And here
back.
at Cornhill, you were here with Ted, who's the housemaster here. What kind of life skills, I'll go straight into the questioning today, can you learn at boarding? Because I'd never boarded before I came to Hurtwood. Are there life skills that you learn here that maybe you still use in your life today?
So,
Did you mature, grow up?
We were graded every week.
Yeah.
You know the Hurtwood system, and every week you have to improve. So if your grades were, so they do the grade and the effort.
Yeah.
And I sometimes used to get an A, but 5 is the effort.
An
so,
A5?
Because I believe put the work in, but don't do too much, right?
Love it.
So the first life skill was that you're graded every week, and you have to learn about yourself. You have to improve. Hurtwood was about improvement, was about growing, was about setting yourself apart from other students, or rather other schools, right?
Sure.
Very competitive environment. Secondly, Ted and Sophie, from the onset, they treated us like adults. We weren't kids to them. All the difficult conversations, we have them. We were really, really close. And I learned from them that you could grow up quite quickly in a very beautiful environment. I would say this house, just to emphasize, they created an enabling environment for love, friendship, community.
Yeah.
We were different nationalities, man, like Saudi Arabia, Nigeria, you name it. And we all lived in the same building as one.
Like a big family.
It was truly a big family. And sometimes families do fight.
Yeah. It's true.
Sometimes families do have arguments, but we all made sure that we resolved it, and it was so much love in
So a
this
key
house.
thing about Hurtwood then, from hearing you say that, is being treated like adults. It's not like you're students, we're teachers. This is what life is like. Sometimes it's hard, and we're going to treat you like this, but actually being an adult. And that's such an important thing to be taught at a young age, right?
Yeah.
So Hurtwood, for me, when I was here, there's a little bit of everything. I thought I threw myself into Hurtwood life. It turns out I didn't, because you really threw yourself into Hurtwood life. Remind me of the subjects you studied for A-levels.
A-levels, I did history.
Yep.
I did literature, and I did theatre.
And why those subjects? What kind of drew you to them?
I was good with words. I was always good with movement, dexterity, playfulness. I started acting at 4 years old, 4 or 5 years old.
Wow.
So I knew I was going to throw myself into theatre at some point.
Yeah.
History was obviously taught by the best of the best. She's sitting right here.
She's behind the camera today.
Tina. I had a nickname for her, which I can't say it online. Though.
There we go. I don't even know if Tina knows what that is.
No, she does. But I was, those subjects, I always knew that those subjects would lead me to a very good law degree. And then I forgot to mention literature, obviously, taught by the great Terry. Very interesting. So that was A-levels. I should mention Dave Fonseca, though, who taught me in AS. I dropped business in AS. Business has now, it's molded into my life. I didn't know that was going to be the case.
At the time,
At the time, but now it's really done wonders for me.
So all the different things you've learned, you're using, maybe at the time you didn't know you were going to use it, and now it's so important today. It is clear that you threw yourself into Hurtwood. No much more so than when I read your school report. Little side eye. Do you remember reading yours? Do you remember anything that was in it, maybe?
No, that's too long ago.
No, well, let me tell you, you have got absolutely nothing to worry about.
Wow.
I've read a lot of school reports doing this kind of series. I've also read my own. Since we've gone through these, I thought I better read my own. We're never seeing mine. But yours, all the people that have spoken about it just speak so positively. So if okay with you, I'm just going to read some through, see what memories it brings back.
Wow.
This is from Ted, your housemaster we've already spoken about. The impact of Ebiye has made on Hurtwood has been quite extraordinary. Everybody wants a piece of him, the rugby coach, the football coach, the basketball coach, the pop video director, the theatre director. And to his credit, he's given them all 100%. And that's the question I'm going to ask you about in a minute, how you did that. Tina, history teacher, I cannot wait to find out the nickname after this, said that you're a delightful boy and one of life's gentlemen. He's always polite, cheerful and determined to perform well. The theatre department said it's been a real pleasure to get to know him and to teach him over these 2 years. He has produced work of real quality, and this bit I love, and has always taught the group the virtues of being a good person. So not only your ability to act and perform, but you're kind of just being a really good guy. And the final one from Cosmo, our headmaster, said that you have had quite an extraordinary impact on our community. He has enjoyed a truly remarkable Hurtwood career. We are honoured to have had him here with us for these 2 last years, and it's something of an understatement to say that we are very proud of him and everything he has achieved. I'm nearly crying, and it's not even about me. What's it like hearing that back and reminiscing on those people and those times?
Oof, that's a lot. I mean, currently in my day-to-day, I never get feedback like this.
Wow.
Because you're in business, right?
Yeah.
And you have to convince yourself that you're the best. You have to constantly tell yourself that you're good. You have to constantly tell yourself that you're worth it. I'm grateful to my teachers. It means a lot for them to write that about me. I haven't heard that in a while.
Yeah.
So I
It's
mean,
lovely to
partly
have that.
I needed that actually. Yeah. That was very gratifying.
Good. I'm glad we can do that, because you're right sometimes, and I mean, I've not had a career nearly as good as yours, but when people are on their own journey in business or whatever it is, it sometimes can be lonely because it's just you against the world. But to actually hear that and the impact you made must be an amazing thing. So well done.
Thank you.
10 out of 10 on the school report. Round of applause. Tina's clapping because she wrote it. So as we saw in that report, every department wanted a little bit of you, whether it was sports. You did all the sports here, right?
Yeah,
I've
pretty
heard
much.
you're a very good footballer as well.
Not anymore.
Oh, okay.
But before
Can't be good at
I
everything.
was really good.
Yeah. What position did you play?
Up front or on the left wing.
Yeah, same as me. I'll have to fight over a position in the school game. You're going to upset someone by answering this question. What was
Tell
your
me.
favourite part of Hurtwood life? Was it the academic side? Was it the theatre, the sports, the boarding? What part?
You obviously know I have to give you a political answer.
Great, here we go.
So
Brilliant.
here we go. It was everything.
I knew you were
It
going to
was
say
everything. No. In all seriousness, right now I'm sort of on my business journey, work front, etc. What I miss the most is the balance of other factors, right? So I don't have I don't have the tech on a Saturday afternoon.
Sure.
Okay, those 3-4 hours of do it again. I don't have that.
Yeah.
I'm more interested in the process than the actual product.
Doing your bit.
Yeah, of course. So I miss that aspect, right? And to go back to your question, there was sort of a balance between everything that I was doing.
Sure.
Which is why I really enjoyed it.
You enjoyed basically little bits of everything becoming one big thing.
Of course, yeah.
But you're right with Hurtwood, because that is the key, is the balance. The opportunities are there for you.
Of course.
The school can't do any more. It's how do you take them all? And everyone said in your report that you gave 100% to each department. Were you just tired all the time? How did you manage to give 100% and be good at everything, keep everyone happy? What if there's a student watching who wants to do it all, but they just can't? What's your advice to them?
Live every day like it's your last.
Nice.
Every day. Go full throttle. Life is meant to be lived here, not here, right? And if you don't experience life in that way, you sort of regret. You look back on your time and you say, was this really me? Did I give it my all? Right? I give it my all. Tina knows when I come into a class, I'm studying, but I'm making everybody laugh. I go into theater with Ezra, and it's a whole thing. I do rugby. There's a day Cosmo took me in his car to rugby. I changed in his car, went for the rugby match, came back to the theater because we were doing We Will Rock You.
Yeah.
Then it's just on and on. And you can't get tired of good things, right?
Yeah.
Things that are feeding into your soul. You have to sort of feed right back into it and also give it 100%. That's my motto in life.
I love it.
That's
I'm going to write that down and put it on LinkedIn. How good's that? You mentioned We Will Rock You there. You also mentioned you started acting, 4 or 5?
Yeah,
around that
I
time.
did.
So performing was a passion. What kind of shows did you do here? So We Will Rock You. What other ones?
I did, so the musical theater I did, We Will Rock You. I did Back to the Future? Back to the
80s, was it?
Back to the 80s.
Is it that one? Yeah.
Yeah, Back to the 80s. Then I had so many other theater performances.
Sure, like a pop concert did you do?
I did, yeah.
Can you remember that?
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, don't worry, because we've got it here for you.
Why? Oh my goodness, why?
I'm going to play you a couple of clips.
Oh no, what is this?
I'll tell you what it is. It's fantastic.
You didn't warn me. Come on.
Have a little watch of these. I've got a couple of clips. One is from We Will Rock You.
Okay.
One is from the pop concert. Just have a watch. See what memories this kind of brings back. I mean, you're very good. Are you, shocked? No words.
Shocked.
Let me
words.
play you another one as well. That was fantastic.
Oh my goodness.
And what I particularly like about this one is not only the performing, the singing, the dance moves are sensational. Check this out.
I've never seen this played back. No.
That's
this is my first time.
Are you proud?
Wow, this is huge. Wow, let's dance until the jailhouse rock.
He still can sing! He's got it all! I mean, that's amazing. So that's the first time. Yeah, clap yourself.
That's my first time seeing that.
First time you've seen that one ever?
That's my first time ever.
Wow. And what do you remember about the performances there? Because what I remember was, considering you're so young, and it is a school, they're so professional, and they're out of this world. Did you feel like a seasoned performer and a professional doing it back then?
The teachers made us feel that way.
Yeah.
Right? It was very professional, everything, timing. We rehearse 500 times. We can do the same thing over and over and over and over again. Clive was extremely good.
Right.
He just positioned everything. And who else am I? So there's Clive. Miles was music.
Yep.
And then the third guy, what's his name? Crazy. What's it? Handy, right?
Andy.
Listen, let me tell you this. You can be performing, right?
Yeah.
And you can see him on the staircase.
Yeah.
And he's like,
he's performing with you.
what are you doing?
And I'm pleased to let you know, he hasn't changed.
He hasn't changed.
He's absolutely brilliant. And actually, the passion that they instill in all the students is what makes the whole department and all the teachers at Hurtwood really, really great. Was that, I know you said you were kind of performing from 4 or 5, doing these kind of shows in these professional environments, did that make you think, God, I want to do this?
Yes, I mean, it's the first time I was put into a professional environment. That was the acting I had done before was like school acting, nothing really professional. This was like big time, extremely professional, extremely, the teachers were so good to us as well.
And to work with, I think, professional musicians and all these people, it's an opportunity that you really can't get anywhere else. Let's leave Hurtwood for the moment and talk about what happened next, because you think he was busy at Hurtwood, ladies and gentlemen. You have no idea what's about to come next. So I understand you kind of went on this educational journey initially. You went and did a law degree at Warwick. You then got a master's pretty quickly after. Have I said this right? A pupillage at Manchester?
So it's,
what is that?
It's I was training to be a solicitor.
Right.
So it's called the LPC the program, and then you do 2 years of solicitor training and all that. I just did the program and then moved on to other things.
So you did this. So why did you want to go and do that law degree? Because you did lots of things. You could have gone on and been a Premier League footballer. You could have gone on and been a recording artist or a solicitor. Why was that the decision you went to initially?
A guy called Michael Lugio told me something. He said, they can take away everything from you, but they can never take away your degree, right? And that always stuck with me because I felt like I wanted to be a professional. Doctors are doctors, lawyers are lawyers. I mean, you have the Nigerian thing of our kids must be professionals, right? Okay. So it was always my passion to be a professional at something. I can always introduce myself as, good morning, my name is Barrister Alaibe, kind of the flex.
Sure, yeah, I like it.
You like it, right? Yeah. But I thought that I always wanted to be a professional at something. Law was always good for me, which is why I pushed myself into it. It was also my mother's dream for me as well. So I was able to achieve that.
Sure, which is amazing as well. So you wanted that professionalism, which I understand. How did university life in Warwick and then when you did your stuff at Manchester, how did that compare to Hurtwood? Because people say about Hurtwood, it's the perfect stepping stone to university. Did it give you that stepping stone?
I had no problems in university.
Great.
Absolutely no problems. I did more shows when I was there.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, I was the president of the Afro-Caribbean Society, African and Caribbean Society. Nice. I was in the football team. I played second team football. These are all the things that I did on a small scale in Hurtwood and then grew it up. So the performances I had in university were like 2,000 people.
Okay, so we were really building up
like turning it up,
But you might not have been able to do that without your experiences
I wouldn't have been able to do that at all without my experience in Hurtwood. It's a huge stepping stone.
Massive.
Right? And also you have to think about it. I lived in this house. It's a co-head house, male and females.
Yeah.
I was in boarding school in Nigeria. We were only males in the boarding house, and then females are separated. But then when you come here, you get to understand that living with females is not such a big deal. It's the first time I was exposed to that kind of relationship, right? Sure. And taking that into uni, obviously, everybody lives together and all that. Wasn't difficult for me to get along with everyone.
So many learning curves that you've picked up.
Too many,
which is great, which is amazing. So then after a year, am I right in thinking you moved back home, you consolidated your legal skills as a barrister in the Supreme Court of Nigeria, is that correct?
Yes, perfect.
Wow. How cool is that? So what's the difference then, I suppose you can say this for any job, of learning it in a lecture hall and then doing it day in, day out? Did that excite you? Because I understand you loved it, but it didn't fulfill you. Is that fair?
It's
how would you phrase it? Your time going back in and actually doing the job day in, day out.
I love law.
Yeah.
And I love all my colleagues, my seniors, we call them seniors at the bar.
Okay.
Love all of them. It just wasn't for me. And I feel like it wasn't because there's a lot of repetition that wasn't allowing me to express myself the way I wanted to. I wanted to do something more for myself, and I felt like I needed to chart another path. So it's good for everyone who's in law. I still have all my legal friends. We have so many discussions and conversations, but it wasn't for me, and I still don't believe that It's, by the way, it's something that's really helped me in business.
Of course, yeah.
But it's just not for me going into the courtroom.
Sure.
Yeah.
So was it because, your life at Hurtwood and as you are as a person, is you want to be busy, you want to be moving, doing lots of different things.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you wake up at the same time, do the same job day in, day out.
Yeah.
So that's why it didn't fulfill you. Not the job, the lifestyle.
Not the job, the lifestyle of the job. I'll give you a perfect example, right? I go to court for the same case for the entire year. Ooh. And every month or every 2 months, there's an adjournment. And we've just done just a little bit. And I have to bill the client.
Yep.
And, I would say this, we need a speedy dispensation of justice. I didn't have that. I wanted to end my cases quicker than I was doing.
Yeah.
But it's like, I have to wait a year, 2 years, 3 years. It doesn't really work for me because all I was passionate about actually was my clients. And I wanted my clients to get to the end of their cases and be happy and fulfilled.
Yes.
But unfortunately, it takes too long for us to get there. So that's why I said, you know what? I'm out of the...
Yeah, I'm out of here.
I'm not out. I'm still a barrister.
Sure.
I could go back and... I was telling Tina, I could go back and practice tomorrow.
Yes.
I have my wig and gown, still fresh.
Nice. Do you know what's amazing? We interviewed someone in series 1 called Katie who played a barrister. In a show about barristers, and now we've got a real one, which is great.
Yeah, thank you.
Balance. So you could go and do that tomorrow, so you've got those skills.
Yes,
but then you did step away, and you kind of took a leap of faith, if you like, into the business world, because you mentioned that you did it a little bit here. Maritime Logistics,
yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
What is that? Tell me about that.
I first like to thank my father for giving me an opportunity.
Right.
He gave me an opportunity into the business world. He started a group of companies years ago and invited me to come and look at the companies from a legal perspective, which I did. And I saw a lot of gaps and a lot of improvement that could be done at the time. Maritime Logistics is simple. What we do is that we support drilling operations. We help them with our ships. And that's pretty much what I do, the logistics of shipping.
Sure, but the business side of that versus the legal side of anything, what was so attractive about the business world, and why did it give you a little bit more, I don't know, stimulation because it's different each day, or what was the main differences?
I could grow quite rapidly.
Right.
I wish I had my glasses here. I would show you something I used to do in business rooms. Wait, let me show you.
This is exciting. It's like a live class. It's great. It's like a TED Talk.
So I'll tell you something. And it is live class, right?
Okay. Click this up.
So these are glasses, but normally I have the clear ones, right?
Right, okay.
So I go into meetings and I'm talking in a meeting. I never used to wear glasses.
Okay.
And what I found was that going into business at 26, 27, people don't take you seriously.
Right.
So I started wearing glasses, and every time I make a point, I say, listen, James, the point is this.
Phenomenal. How good is that? Do you know what? I've just signed the deal. I don't know what it is.
You see that? The point is this. And then people start thinking you're smarter than you are. You are.
Yeah.
But you always have to prove yourself.
Yes.
Another thing, you're talking like this, and then you drop your glasses on the table.
Papers
Boom.
across. Yeah. Sign.
That's
amazing.
Let's do it.
I'm going to start using that in meetings now. Might have a little chew on the end of a glass or something. So so people should take that with them. That's a great little tip.
No, in all seriousness, what it was that I could act in business rooms. I didn't feel what's the phrase? It's imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Never felt that.
Right.
Comfortable going into rooms, talking, being myself. Even if at the start people didn't believe what it is I was saying, eventually they have to, because I was walking a walk. I had my pen here. I could just a lot of things.
Just phenomenal.
A lot of tips and tricks.
And actually, it's like you've used a little bit of your theatre time at Hurtwood and brought that into the business room.
That's the point. Yes.
So thank God you did all of that.
Thankfully.
Well, did Ezra teach you that, or was that just something you came up with yourself? It's very good. I'm actually going to nick that. But talking of theatre, what I found amazing when I was reading about you and your career is while you're doing your law and your business stuff, you still couldn't sit still. You wanted to continue to perform. Were you part of a series called The Inspector?
Why are we doing this? Why do we have to do this?
It's great. But I think what's really important to say is you still wanted to have that passion fulfilled, really, if that makes sense.
So I was working in a law firm, and during the day, I start by 8:30, and by 6:37, I go to the studio. So I was acting overnight, and then coming back in the morning, I just freshen up for a few minutes and go in. We shot for 4 months, and nobody in my firm knew. Not a single soul.
Kept it a secret.
I kept it a secret the whole time. I'll drive to the studio. There were times that I would go to court, and from court, I would go to the location. It was a lot.
Some people, a lot. And some people may say, you're crazy. You've got all this passion, but you've got a great job. You're working 9 to 5, your business hour days. And then instead of everyone else goes home and relax, you're off to do another job until the next morning.
Yeah.
I asked you earlier, were you tired? You must have been knackered doing that. But why did you want to continue doing it? What compelled you to do it? Because you've got the job. You've got potential, have some time off. Why was it? Is it that passion again?
The passion is there.
Yeah.
The process is there. See, when you're building something, right, the process is so important to me. You meet other people, you guys have discussions about life, find out where they are, blah, 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 before you get in front of the camera. We rehearse, we talk. I was always interested in the process before the actual series came out. And then the passion. I wanted to act all the time. You can tell that I'm always...
Yeah. I mean, he's always on.
I'm always on. And some people are like, you need to turn off, but I'm always energetic, trying to do something. I tried to do both. It worked out, but I'll be very honest with you. After a while, I saw that there was more that I could do. Law and theater at the same time. I was going to the studio, going to different locations. And then I looked around and I was like, maybe there could be a way that I can open a studio at some point, employ all these people, and, actually do a series or a movie that I'm passionate about, because I was fitting into somebody else's mold.
Yeah.
So I had bigger dreams of being a Universal or a Disney or something, instead of just going into I wanted to do more.
So you clearly always wanted to do more, but I'd argue you've done enough. You got to the point. But what it's incredible speaking to you, and I think this will really resonate with people, is the work ethic. You've got to work hard. You're clearly very intelligent. You have that talent.
Let me help you with this. Yeah. So Will Smith said, and I don't want to quote Will Smith, but I'll do that. He said, I'm particularly not talented. Where I excel is ridiculous, sickening work ethic. While the other guy is sleeping, I'm working. While the other guy is eating, I'm working. Do you see what I'm saying? So you have to have your work ethic on point.
I mean, and you literally were working while people were sleeping. You literally was doing that. That work ethic's so important. And I think, especially for students watching this who wants to have a fulfilling career, it's about working hard and not wasting a moment, as you've already said. Yeah. But as you can probably imagine where I'm going next, it was at the end here. You're still moving into new businesses. I believe you're working on kind of portfolios of family businesses.
Yes.
A 67-bed hotel?
Yes.
This is great.
Oh,
so you've moved into that as well. Tell me about, where's the hotel? Can I come? This is exciting. And what was interesting about that hospitality side of things?
The hospitality side is one of the most challenging.
Is it?
We have a hospitality business in a place called Port Harcourt, which is in River State. It was really interesting, very successful, etc. But the climate of the state doesn't allow for business to really move the way we want it to. I also sought an investment to refurbish the entire hotel. It hasn't worked yet. So I can be very honest about, some of the things that we've done in business that haven't really worked out.
But they're equally as important, aren't they? As learning curves.
It's a learning curve, because I felt that I was going to get this investment. The hotel was going to go back to its glory days and all that. But I've sort of, managed my expectations over the years.
Yes.
Hospitality, being a hotelier, is something very, very tasking. You have to be extremely professional. You have to know what you're doing, because there are a lot of nuances as well within the business. So,
and how do you split your time between all these different things and give? Is it what business needs the attention at the time?
No. So all businesses, we have meetings on Monday, and we have meetings on Fridays.
Okay.
And then during the week, there are different schedules of meetings. I would say this, and I hope my team gets to obviously watch this interview. I have a fantastic team. I do. They are all so amazing. And it's taken me a lot of years to really build my team. And I'm still building as I get bigger, hopefully. But the people on the ground who are actually doing the work, those guys I pay so much credit to and so much homage. I'm not myself without my team. I know that.
That's an incredible thing to say, because you're clearly an amazing individual, and you've probably inspired all these team members to be so good.
Of course.
Let's talk about what's next and how your team may be able to help you reach those next ambitions. I'll quickly touch acting career. Where are we at with that? Still going? Want more?
Yeah, I want more in the sense that I feel like it's time for investment into things that I believe can work. There are a lot of subjects and topics that we need to talk about today. I want to invest in the youth of Nigeria. I believe that there are a lot of kids that are more talented than myself coming up, but don't have the right opportunities. So the impoverished environment, I'm very passionate about that. Bringing actors and entertainers from that and creating a hub for them to express themselves.
So creating opportunities for those.
Definitely.
Amazing.
No, I'm tired. I can't be in front of the camera, even if I'm in front of the camera
and
right
he's doing a great job today.
But you get what I'm saying.
Of course, yeah.
So that's acting. That's the vantage point for me, and I will do that 100%.
That's an amazing thing to have as well. Business endeavors. Then, what's next for you? I mean, you might not want to be able to say, but what direction do you see your business career going in?
So, I mean, business is very easy, right? One is to empower the people of the business and to make sure that they grow. Very important to me. Two is very simple. I want to build a family legacy that can stand the test of time.
Wow.
Okay. Every time I come to Hurtwood, it reminds me of that. Hurtwood is how old now? It's
over 50 years.
Over 50 years.
Yeah.
Creating a business like Hurtwood, where you could have someone come back after 20 years and still talk like this, is something incredible for me. Yeah. It's a passion, it's an aim, and we have to do it.
And I want to be a part of it. Can I be a part of it? It sounds great. I'll come and interview for your ones. And what's the dream? Dream is a weird word, because you probably had dreams when you were at Hurtwood that you have achieved and smashed.
Yeah.
Is it that family legacy? Is it taking the youth of Nigeria and giving them opportunities, or is there something else? What's a goal, a dream, an ambition of yours?
Yeah. This is a good one. The first point is, I believe that I'm a custodian of wealth, and wealth should always pass through me.
Right.
Wealth should pass through me because it must be able to get to other people who don't have the opportunity. We must create opportunities for people. Now, I'll tell you where I'm from in Nigeria. I'm from the South, Bayelsa, which is one of the most impoverished states in the entire world. Right. The poverty level is lower than what the UN reports, etc. So I'm very much interested in building people from the Niger Delta, and to give those young men who have had a lot of suffering in their lives, just to give them an opportunity to know that politics is not the only way, but you can do other things. You could be an actor. You can be a ballet dancer. You could go into business, to give them a scope of opportunities that they can see. Those things are really important to me, to allow them to dream, because these guys don't have the vision, right? And we have the responsibility, the duty and obligation to show them that vision exists. And I definitely will touch so many lives. Yeah. If God gives me all the grace, I'll make sure I do
that's an incredible dream.
Yeah.
Honestly, I believe there might be an opening for Prime Minister in the UK if you're about. Sounds amazing. And that's a really respectful and amazing thing to say, because you could just continue to build your own career for yourself.
Yes.
And that will happen, but by helping other people, which is the best way to do it. Yeah. Before we kind of wrap up, I want to touch on advice, because I've learned so much myself today, and I'm sure everyone listening and watching has as well. Yeah. Let me put some direct questions to you and see if we can help some students who are watching this, or people who are maybe interested to come to Hurtwood, and why that should be what they should do. Yeah. Entrepreneur, what's starting a business? What's the number one key thing if someone's got an idea? How do we turn it into a business?
The first thing is self-belief. 2 a.m. at night, you have to tell yourself that you can do it. Everybody is going to tell you how you could do it this way, that way. Everybody is going to tell you. Some people will tell you that your dreams are not warranted. Some people will tell you that you can be the best, blah, blah, blah. Tune out the noise and have the self-belief. Yeah. I have mantras that I say every day, right? I I believe in myself. So I wake up in the morning and I say, I believe in myself. I believe in myself. I believe in myself. I can say that 100 times. Or I'm prayerful. I say, Jesus is Lord. Jesus is Lord. Jesus, I love you. Jesus, I love you. Jesus. The starting foundation of everything is self-belief. You have to use your mind to create.
Right. Okay.
So you can start the business, get all the utensils and buy all the equipment. And I mean, look at this, right?
It's great.
It's great. But then if you don't have the self-belief to get the right people on your seat and actually connect with them, then it's useless. So self-belief is the most important thing for me.
Believe yourself, and then others will believe you as well.
Others are going to believe you.
A question I'm really interested, not because I want to leave my career, which is important to stress, but getting out of a job you're not happy in, how can you do it? Not that you weren't happy in law, that's not fair, but if there's a career that you're doing, you think, I'm just getting stuck. My dad won't mind me saying this. He's a financial broker. Yeah. He still tells me he's not sure what he wants to do when he's older. Yeah. He's approaching 60. So my point is, he fell into that job and he's still there. If someone wants to get out of it, how can they do it? Why should they do it?
I was in law, I moved into business.
Yeah, so how?
How? My phone, I have over 6,000 notes on my phone. I come in here, I have notes on my phone. I read every day. I watch every day. I study every day. If you want to move into the next career or something else, don't be scared. You can reinvent yourself any single time you want to. I read, I watch, I study. And then, the most important aspect is the people. You have to go around and talk. How did you find this? People are going to be reluctant to help you.
Yeah, okay.
But then you might find one person who actually tells you, okay, do this, and do that. So you can always reinvent yourself.
I love that.
Talk to your dad, tell him.
I will.
Tell him I could do some consultations.
Great. We'll exchange details. He'll love that. Hurtwood students then, if someone who's currently at the school, how should they live their experience to the full? You've done it more than anyone I've ever met doing this series. How can they ensure not to waste every day?
Yeah, enjoy it. The days are short. It's less than 2 years.
Yeah.
It feels like 2 years is less than. You have a long summer.
Yeah.
You have Easter. Enjoy every single day. We had a bouncy castle here during the summer. Yeah.
That's cool.
We had one. Yeah. I used to go every day.
Okay, yeah.
Because I was like, when is the next time I'm going to go on a bouncy castle? So those little things. During the summer, we used to walk to Ewhurst, talk to people, talk to the staff. I was asking for Sharon. I was asking for some of the chefs. Talk to everybody. Immerse yourself in the experience.
Yeah.
Because the experience is going to teach you a lot of life lessons.
Absolutely.
Please, Hurtwood students, just every single day, live, enjoy, talk, experience. This is a beautiful place, and it goes by quite quickly.
It does. You don't realise what you had until it's gone, kind of thing.
Exactly.
My year group, I'm sure if people who are in my year will agree with this, we were cut short by the pandemic, so we left in the March and never came back. Well, I did. I've made quite... I'm back most weeks now. But again, it was a bit like, oh my God, I'm never going to go there again. And if you don't cherish it, you're absolutely right. My final question then is, if there's someone watching, listening, who's thinking about coming to the school, what did it do for you, Hurtwood House, if you can summarise that?
Yeah.
And why should they come? What could it do for them?
Why Hurtwood? I thought about this question since Tina told me that I should come back. The first point is this. If you could get somebody who left in 2009 to come back in 2024, then there's something that's special here.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
100%.
This place is special. It's second to none, right? It's an experience that you can't get anywhere. The second point is this, and I'll be very emotional, but I'll let you guys know, because you have to know the truth. On the day I lost my mom, I was on stage, all right? And I came into the house, and Ted and Sophie, they knew about it. Those were my house parents.
Yes.
So I walked into their room, and we actually slept on the couch that night. They knew my mom had passed. I didn't know my mom had passed. And I found out the next day, right? They ushered me home and with my siblings and all that. This place is special because your teachers become your parents. They become your home. They were able to guide me through my exams, my studies, everything. Tina was there right next to me. Jackie Quinn was there right next to me. Terry, Louise, I mention all these people because you have to understand that this place is special, and it's made special by the people. So to anybody who's watching, who understands, listen to my voice and my passion, this place means a lot to me. And if you're coming here, it's going to mean a lot to you as well.
Absolutely. That's an absolutely perfect way to summarize it. It's about the people, and it becomes a home, doesn't it? So hopefully people watching will come and join the home as well. Ladies and gentlemen, incredible. Actually, before you go, I've just been reminded, we want to give you something to take away.
Oh, don't do this.
We are.
Don't do this.
No, don't get that excited. Don't get that excited. It's not a steak in the school. So you were in We Will Rock You. You did.
Yes,
well. You did your pop concerts, and you said, is it Back to the Future? No, it's Back to the 80s.
Back to the 80s.
And the reason I know that, it's because every show we've done at Hurtwood for many years, we've created a little photo book. And this is from Back to the 80s, which features you heavily.
Wow.
So we want to give that to you as an everlasting memory.
Thank you so much. This is incredible.
Welcome. There you go. That's yours. So if anyone ever doubts the acting career, we've got it here, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, final time. Ebiye, everybody.
Hey.
We really hope you're enjoying Beyond the Hill. To catch up on every other episode, head to YouTube and Spotify right now, or you can follow all of our social media channels to never miss a moment here on Beyond the Hill.